Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back. We're doing a best of 3 Zendikar Rising draft. What do we got here? Well, got some choices. The rare is Confounding Conundrum, so we're not taking that. Probably looking at Lullabies Familiar, Shadow Cat, Rabbit Bite, Vanquish is in here, Blood Priest, Diviner. I think the choices are really between like Rabbit Bite, Shadow Cat, and Lullabies Familiar. I don't love first picking multicolor cards. I think it's fine to do if it's powerful enough. I'm not sure if Lullabies Familiar is powerful enough to first pick. I could just take the Rabbit Bite. It is removal. But I feel like if I'm taking Rabbit Bite, I should probably just take the Lullabies Familiar, see if that works. I mean, the overall upside of Lullabies Familiar is quite high. That's tough. I think I'll go Familiar. I could have taken the Vanquish there too. If Lullabies Familiar doesn't work out, it's not a big deal though, so that's nice. All right, there's Royal Eruption in here and Relic Amulet. In blue and green, we have Scythe Cat, which is a playable card, just certainly not the best card in here. And then Anti-Cognition and Skyclave Squid. None of those are exciting enough to take. We could take the Relic Amulet. This puts us more in Wizards, though, which is getting a little bit of ways away from the Lullabies Familiar. Or I could just take the Royal Eruption. It works for any red deck. But it's probably early enough where we can just take the strongest card and see if we can make it work. I mean, Relic Amulet is incredibly strong in the right deck. Royal Eruption's kind of always good, though. I actually don't know. I'm going to go Relic Amulet. So now, if I wanted to continue down a good Relic Amulet deck, I would probably take the Diviner. It works with this. It's still technically playable with the Lullabies Familiar. And there are actual wizards in green, so this is possible. I could take the Diviner here. Hornbeetle is good for a counters deck. Feed the Swarm is playable removal, but I don't really like it outside of the Cleric's deck. I'm okay taking Diviner here. We're not giving up anything nuts for it. And it is a good card, so. Alright, so now some options. Throwing a McKindy to go down the kicker deck still. Also gets us some gems, I guess. But there's Geyser Mage, which works with both the Amulet and the Lullabies Familiar. So I kind of like that. And taking it over the Sentinel seems fine, too. It's also buying Veil, playable spell land. But yeah, we'll take Geyser Mage. I actually really like throwing a McKindy in the kicker deck. I mean, but we might still be red for the Amulet, too. Here I can take another Diviner, which I'm fine with. There's also a Royal Mage in here, but I really like Diviner. I've been impressed with it. It's a great wizard. It evades and it trades well. It eats removal well. It's just it's a good card. So we'll take it. We're not even for sure in green kicker either. If I took the Royal Mage, I guess the Royal Mage would have been better with Familiar. But I think Diviner in a vacuum is probably better than Royal Mage, even with the kicker. Maybe in the right deck, Royal Mage is better. Okay, so actually some options here. Spark Mage is for the Wizards, but Visionary's a wizard too. Visionary's quite good. If I take the Spark Mage, I'm kind of pivoting into Wizards. And the problem with Spark Mage is really kind of a party deck card. It's not really a wizard card. I kind of want to take the Visionary. I might be wrong here, but I feel like we're going to be able to find some kicker spells. And if I've got a Relic Amulet, it's kind of interesting to play it outside of. I mean, Electromancer's a party card too. We'll take Visionary. I'm interested. We'll see if we can make it work. So now, Nectar Pot. It's a good way to buy time, actually. It's not bad. Balos, another 4-drop I don't really need, and Anti-Cognition is kind of unexciting outside of Dimir Rogues. A couple good black cards in here, Blood Beckoning and Shadow Cat. But I'll take a Nectar Pot. I'm okay with that. I guess Blood Beckoning's pretty cool with Relic Amulet. For, like, Dimir. But I'll take a Nectar Pot, whatever. So, Blightblade, early blocker, spell shield for some protection, works with Relic Amulet. Skyclave Squid is just a random beater. Also blocks kind of well. We don't have a ton of need for class right now, which makes the Squid maybe a little bit better than the Blightblade. Just because it kind of beats down. But I like getting party-oriented cards, so if we can't, make this plan work. All right, Reclaim the Waste maybe lets us splash. Another late Shadow Cat. I don't really need Anti-Cognition, so that's fine. All right, got a Squid anyway. That's good. Squid is certainly playable. Can take a Cleric, just cut blue. Got the Sentinel this late, which is nice, actually. I think it's totally playable for us. Got the Gnarlid Colony second to last, too, huh? Okay. I like where we're at right now, actually. This is looking good. Linvala is good. Windrider Wizard is good. Infiltrator's obviously good, even though we don't currently have any rogues, I don't think. I don't know about Splash Linvala. I think Windrider Wizard is just where we're at. We've already got a few wizards. It evades. It's a lot of upside. So we'll take it. Be nice to wield a Field Research. Chilling Trap's even getting more playable in here too. It's excellent with the Relic Amulet. Fortification's good with it too. Yeah, we'll take the Wizard. Okay, options here. Might of Marasa, Squid, and Field Research. I like Field Research. I never play it. People play it against me all the time and win, so I feel like it's worth taking. A lot of good black cards in here, wow. But there's just a lot of good black cards in here. I mean, it's just a card full of a lot of black cards. It's got 6 black cards in it. It's just a lot for any pack in a 5-color game. Let's take the Field Research. Sejiri Shelter is good too, obviously, but Research looking really good in here, I think. If we can survive long enough, we have a lot of card draw. I think chances are pretty slim we're going to need the spare supplies. Vine Gecko is really good. Unfortunately, it's not as good in here as I would like, but we have enough kicker synergies where I think we can make it work. Visionary, of course, would be good too. It's still synergized with the Relic Amulet, but it's really hard to go wrong with Gecko. Bala Ged Recovery would be good. I think Stalker is already good enough in here. We've got enough class cards now. Pack Beast, for the same reason, just helps all of our... Works with Relic Amulet and Windrider Wizard. It's cool. But I think it's an easy Gecko. I personally like Jwari Disruption a lot. I think it can do a lot of work. Sentinel we got late last time, so I'm not too worried about that. But it is very good in this deck now with Gecko and Low Mage Familiar. 2 ways to ramp into it, essentially. But I'll take the Disruption. It's a free card for the deck that I've been impressed with. This is interesting. You could take another Diviner, but I don't see why not take Symbiosis. Besides being 40 gems, what's less important about that, or more important than that, more importantly, is it's a land that can find a creature in the top few cards of your deck, and it works with Relic Amulet, technically. Yeah, you know what? I'm fine taking it over another Diviner here. It's certainly good if you can play it. So Scythe Cat, Survivor, Strength, Squid. Scythe Cat's good. Survivor works better for class cards, but I think we're kind of an odd mix at the moment, so I'm okay taking a Scythe Cat, which I think is better than the Squid. Can get real big. Well, another Low Mage's Familiar is welcome. Reclaim the Waste I would still take and play, but this seems fine. Not a super exciting pack here. We'd probably just take the Stomper. It's something we could find off of Symbiosis. Also can return a Symbiosis if we had to play it. Yeah, it's fine. It's total fine finisher. All right, well, could take the Chilling Trap. Infiltrator's quite good. Do we have any rogues, though? Unfortunately, we don't. Well, I guess we have the... Yeah, we have the Blightblade. Chilling Trap's cool. I think we take Infiltrator, though. Infiltrator's just such a strong card. Just nobody's in black, huh? Well, I'm going to take the weakest card because we're not in black either. And I'm not splashing for anything. Wow, that's surprising. Probably take the recovery. I think Visionary would be good in here too. But recovery is great. Free card that brings back whatever you need. Here, just cut the blue card. We'll let someone have a Blood Beckoning because we're not in black. Last pick, Squid. It's totally playable. Pathway in here, but that's not what we're looking for. Probably the Into the Royal. It's hard to go wrong. We also barely have any removal. I'm not even sure we have any removal. Yeah, we don't, so we kind of need Into the Royal. We have one Cleric for Relic Vial. Be nice to get the cat back. It seems like our colors are still pretty open, but yeah, easy Into the Royal here with the kicker synergies especially. Wow, Roost of Drakes, huh? That's a nice pickup. Well, easily taking that and never looking back. And then there's another Into the Royal, but that's awesome. Unfortunately, I don't think we actually have that much kicker. We have some, though. All right, Low Mage's Domination is obviously good. Could take another Low Mage's Familiar. We might be able to wheel it, though. It's a Shambler in here, too. Basically, this is our pack. With the ramp we have... Domination can be slow, but we have double Familiar. I feel like we can buy enough time. And then there's just a lot of stuff that you can steal for 5 mana. There's a lot of really powerhouse 2-drops. Like Gnarlid Colonies, just a 2-drop. And then you could potentially pay 5 mana to get a 4/4 trample. Yeah, we'll take the Domination. It's tough to go wrong. All right, Falconer is excellent. Another Into the Royal would be welcome. Rabbit Bite. I mean, this pack has everything we want, but we're going to take the Falconer. Just awesome flyer with more kicker synergies. So can take the Royal Mage or we can take the Rabbit Bite. Royal Mage gives us more kicker synergy, which I kind of want. Rabbit Bite is definitely something we kind of need too, though. I think we actually need the removal over the synergistic card. Just, we really don't have any way to deal with opposing creatures. Our removal spells are a Low Mage's Domination and an Into the Royal. And that's just not enough, I don't think. So we'll take the Rabbit Bite. We need to be able to kill things. I could take another Reclaim here. I'm actually fine with that. It's more kicker. We're looking for kicker synergies, so seems fine. Riptide is, I mean, this is the Risen Riptide deck. I'm not sure we have enough kicker yet, but we have a decent amount actually. So we could take another Reclaim the Way, so we could take the Kite Sail, or we can take the Stalker. Problem with the Stalker now is I feel like we're getting less. I feel like whenever you're in doubt, though, you're probably supposed to take the Stalker. 3 Reclaim the Waste does seem excessive, too. Alright, we'll take the Stalker. Stalker just wins games. I don't know what else to say about it. So we can take Might of Maraud, so we can take another Scythe Cat. I think we take Might. It's more kicker in case we need it. I haven't done a full kicker count yet, but I can't imagine an extra kicker spell. Even taking it over a Scythe Cat is probably fine, because we have more than enough creatures. Don't need any of this. I guess we can take Deliberate. Wow, so we did get that Familiar back. That's really nice. Really nice. So now we have a good, solid late game plan too. Wow, we got the Stalker anyway. So I could have... What could I have taken over the first Stalker? Now I forget. Glacial Grasp can buy some time. Well, we got a cool deck. Pretty solid kicker deck here. Let's set aside our spell lands for now. I don't think we need that many lands actually. With triple Lull Mage's Familiar and double Reclaim, we can probably get away with 17 lands. We have a lot of card draw too, so I'm kind of okay with that. Which means we can cut 3 lands probably. So we still have to make 11 cuts to make it a deck. I think we can do that. We can cut ton of creatures. Cleric can go. It's cool with the stalkers, but overall, I don't think we need it. Nectar Pot can probably... Survivor can probably go. It does work with the stalker, but... I feel like Nectar Pot can probably go. It's okay. Squids maybe can go, but they block well. Infiltrator, we only have one rogue to actually make it unblockable. Is that right? That might be a reason to cut it, but it's still kind of a good card. How many actual kicker spells do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we ended up with 9. That's pretty good, actually. So I don't want to cut any kicker spells. We still can cut creatures. Oh, we have the stalkers for Infiltrator. That's a decent argument. I might cut the squids. We have a good late game plan. These block well early. I can sideboard into them if I need them. How much ammo do we have for Relic Ammo? That's kind of important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's actually enough to do Amulet, I would think. Have to make 6 cuts, though. Could maybe cut a Scythe Cat. I think it's a good card in general, but I feel like I don't need it here. It doesn't really contribute to any one synergy in the deck. Like, it doesn't work for our Relic Amulet Wizard plan. It doesn't work for our kicker deck. It doesn't make Seafloor Stalker ability cheaper. Like, those are all things I'm keeping in mind when I'm making this decision. Glacial Grasp, on the other hand, does work with the Relic Amulet plan, and it just is a free card, but I feel like it's something we can probably cut. Even though we don't have much removal. We do have a lot of life gain with the Familiars and a decent amount of kicker spells. I could see maybe the argument for cutting the Riptide too. It does contribute to the kicker plan, but I feel like we win through evasion. It's mostly just a big blocker in here. So we probably don't need the Riptide. Probably don't need the Grasp. Three more cuts. So Blightblade works for the Infiltrators, not for the Stalkers, but it's also a cheap Death Toucher. Maybe we don't need 2 Stalkers, but I feel like if we're getting off Stalker, we should probably get off Infiltrator. I feel like Stalkers win games. So for that reason, maybe we could get off Infiltrator, we could get off Blightblade, and maybe just keep the Stalkers. It doesn't give us a ton to do early, but like I said, Stalkers win games. Like, even if we just have Wizards and Rogues in here, which it looks like we do now, paying 3 to inflate it and get in unblockable is just a way to win. I guess we still have to make another cut, so maybe just cut 1 Stalker. Then we're down to 14 creatures, but that's kind of inaccurate because Roost of Drakes is a creature. Lull Mage's Domination is a creature. Turntimber Symbiosis is a creature. All right. So do I have enough ammo for Relic Amulet now is the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 still. That's enough. It's close to half the deck. Triggers it. All right. Interesting kicker deck. We'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right, we're in round 1. This is a good hand. Gecko into hopefully turn 3 kicked. Reclaim the Waste. Good. Guess we'll get 2 green. I didn't even look at, I just accepted what they chose for our land, so I didn't even see what we have more of in our deck. So next turn we can go Diviner, turn 5, Geyser Mage, turn 6 Sentinel. Not bad. Into the Royal's a good draw. I think we'll still do the Diviner. It's kind of cool. Dry Disruption too, huh? Well. I think we'll kick the, Oh, they actually got us, huh? Okay. Well. So now they have Cunning Geyser Mage. They're going to have Cunning Geyser Mage mana. So I can play the Sentinel kicked. Got some actual options here. Can Into the Royal plus Might of Marasa kicked. Is that enough to kill them? I think it is, actually, surprisingly. So we won't kick this. Man. Stole that game. So, just mirror match, essentially. Except they're doing the Risen Riptide plan. We're doing more of a... I don't know what we're doing. We're doing a weird little amalgamation of weird stuff in here. Do I still like the Relic Amulet? Well, kills an X1, I guess. That's not bad, wherever it went. Oh, I bounced it back to their hand. They can actually steal artifacts from us, which is a little bit scary. Yeah, that's true. I could drop those 2 cards because of that, and just because I have so many playable things in here. That's probably a good idea, actually. Could do the squids instead. They can just... Kicker decks tend to be slow, so I could just bring them in as 3/2 beaters, but might be wiser to do like a stalker and an infiltrator so we have some actual ways to get unblockable and win. Maybe it's wiser to do the grasp because you can cast it when they try and pump up their Risen Riptide. Yeah, I could see that. Tempo also feels kind of important in this match. So basically, I'm taking out artifacts for cards that can't be stolen. Not my favorite thing to do, but I think it does make sense. We'll keep this. This hand's actually fine. We'll play the Turn Timber Symbiosis. We can always get it back. Well, I suppose we don't have to now. Ah, Vine Gecko. It's like 2 can play at that Vine Gecko game, huh? So now we just need to get this Infiltrator online and Rabid Bite the Gecko, but we probably have to do the Diviner just in case they kick and pump the Gecko. All right, so let's try and... Well, I guess we can attack first. Rabid Bite here. Suppose we can reclaim. Well, actually, I guess we can just get it back. Yeah, all right. We just play it tapped. Because next turn we're playing the Stomper anyway. And then we can bounce it. feel like if they... Yeah. I'm like debating whether I want to block this or not, but I suppose I probably do. Because if I don't, they get to kick next turn. Yeah. I guess we just do it. I mean, we have more action in hand, so I think it's fine. That was a great draw. So now we can play the Falconer. And get in for 3. And... yeah, I mean, I can do Turn Timber Symbiosis next turn if I reclaim for a land, but I also can start scrying and doing stuff with this reclaim, so I like that more. Well, I could play the Turn Timber Symbiosis, but there's no guarantee you get a hit. I think actually what we do is Infiltrator. We'll attack with the Falconer. I'm not attacking with both because I don't want to just randomly die, so I'm going to do Infiltrator and pass. And actually what this does is, if they have like a Cunning Geyser Mage to kill me with their Riptide, we're still okay. Or even like a Might of Marasa or whatever. So I'm playing around Cunning Geyser Mage. I don't know if I can... I'm not going to play around Might of Marasa, though. Even though it is a common, I want to have lethal on... I need lethal next turn, so I can't forego my lethal attack based on a card I haven't seen. If I had attacked with the Diviner... yeah, it basically would have just left me vulnerable to Into the Royal, Cunning Geyser Mage. This one, on the other hand, doesn't really matter. I think I actually blocked the Riptide. And that actually does play around Might of Marasa because they didn't have enough mana to kick. Alright. So now it doesn't matter. It's game over. And we got there. Alright. We'll see for round 2. Alright, round 2 we'll play first. That is a keep. Good hand. So I can give myself a turn to draw a land. I would like to kick Reclaim for the life gain and the extra land, because we're a bit of a mana hungry deck. Or I could just Reclaim now to guarantee the familiar, but this is fine. All right, now I think we just Reclaim. Guarantee our land. I guess we get a green. Well, we have double green and double blue in hand, so we'll just get the green for now. It's fine. So then we'll do familiar, potentially into kicked colony, which is pretty good. If I rip the land. If I don't, I can just go Diviner, which is also fine. Or I can go Reclaim the Waste. That's fine too, actually. All of those options are good. Another familiar, also good. I think we'll do the Reclaim. It just lets us continue to make land drops. I think that's better for us right now. So next turn I have 6 lands. Which is good. Or 6 mana access, I should say. So I can just go Familiar Stalker. I kind of like that. Sets us up for more kicker life gain. Alright. They're tapped out. I would have double blocked there. Another Familiar. So we have 7 lands, which means I can probably just go Familiar Diviner. Yeah, I think I like that. Just essentially setting up for some big life gain plays here eventually. Alright. Oh, Domination's cool. So we can steal their Shepherd. I like that. All right. I mean, our Stalker is looking really nasty now. So we want to enter the Royal, which means we probably want this Amulet. I have access to 8 mana. So I think first we'll just do the Amulet. All right. Got some options. I think we'll just get another flyer online for now. And kick, bounce that. I suppose we can loot. Dump the colony. Hand refill seems better to me. Guess I am just not able to resolve that in a different order. Not a huge deal. Oh, I could have made Stalker unblockable too. Should have probably done that. It's an interesting choice. Attack with the raptor, huh? It's kind of surprising. I mean, they're gaining life, I suppose, but... So, I can kill something with the amulet. It's true. I'll hold up on it. So we'll research first. Alright, that's cool. So... I can get domination back with recovery. I'd probably do that instead. And they have 2 cards in their graveyard? Okay. Yeah, I think we do the domination. Just steal more of their cards. Alright, so... Trying to think of the wisest course of action here. I think it might actually be... Might actually be steal their raptor. I gotta decide what I want to do here. Can I just steal the Felidar? But then I still have to deal with 2 flyers. Not that it's a huge deal. I feel like I can outgain that anyway. Honestly, I wonder if the best play is just bounce the Felidar. Alright. They had enough. So... they're doing, I guess, a party plan. They have warriors and clerics. Yeah, that makes sense. They're doing, like, party plan with random big beaters and stuff. They look pretty aggressive. I'm not sure there's a ton we can do against that. I suppose we could do... well, squids don't look so good against... yeah, I mean, they more have, like, flyers and stuff we gotta worry about, too, so... Alright, you know what? I think we probably can run it like this and likely be okay. Even though they look aggressive, I need to see more. I need to see more of what I'm dealing with here. Because I kind of like the way our deck is set up right now. We got to keep this. Like, this hand needs some help, but not enough where I'm not going to keep it. War leader, huh? Well, suppose we're missing land, so we'll just play the colony and pass. I don't really want to block that. So are they like a warrior deck, or not really? Sort of? Kind of, sort of? I need double blue to kick that, so I can't do that. I need double blue to kick this, so I can't do that. I need to do something here. I guess we just attack with the colony. I don't think they block anyway. And then we'll probably just play a Geyser Mage to block the War Leader on the ground. That's a strong card. Now you can float the thing too, so... Suppose we just get in and leave up into the Royal here. They didn't float the mana, that's a mistake. So we'll bounce that. So, unfortunately, I don't think we have enough flyers to survive here. So I can pay less for this, 3 mana. So I can go Rooster Drake's Kicked plus Rabid Bite, but that doesn't really do it. I can go Diviner, it doesn't do it. Kicked Roost of Drakes plus Rabid Bite. Yeah, that doesn't do it, but... Man, is it close. Or maybe it does do it? No, I don't think it does. Well, maybe it does. If they have nothing. Like they can equip the War Leader. I mean, they look pretty hyper aggro, but so much of what they have is evasion that I'm not sure this works out too well for us if I want to bring in cheaper stuff, you know? Not much choice there. Really? They're just going to give us the victory, huh? Pretty surprising, but hey, we'll take it. We'll see for round 3. All right, round 3, we'll play first. I guess I technically can keep this. We're going to play the Reclaim to get our blue mana. Then maybe go Amulet or Colony, I guess. Probably Colony, I suppose. Kind of an awkward hand, but a keepable hand nonetheless. So we'll get the 2/2 down first here. I mean, Visionary at least can help us, and the Diviner too. At some point. Alright, Duelist. It can't kill our colony, so that's okay. So we lost one land, but I didn't want to draw into the Royal anyway, so that's probably okay. Oh, wow. Well, Relic Amulet looks potentially good here. But gotta get those lands first. So I think we'll just slam a Stalker here. Could have done the Sentinel too, I suppose. But Stalker can actually attack, so and Sentinel's better later, so it seemed okay to me. Alright. That's fine. So we got our fourth land. Now we can at least go Visionary. Draw some cards. Or draw a card, I should say. I think I'll take that. Just play around random scary things. Random scary things. So Wizard's cool. Yeah, I like the Wizard play because it lets me block and use Amulet. So now I can block with Visionary on a Skitter Sneak and use Amulet. Still quite a few blue mana away from Lull Mage's domination. I never looked at my mana base this whole draft. I just auto put mana in. I don't know if that was a great idea. Alright, so we got our second blue. Now we can at least go Falconer here. We'll loot. Weakest card. We're a mana away from the Sentinel. Domination we might need for life gain. Or Familiar, I mean, we might need for life gain. I could ditch the Diviner. Kind of like the Diviner. But I guess we'll dump it for other stuff. They can play like a Namana Sky Dancer, I guess. They do. And Skitter Sneak's turned on now too. I mean, there's a lot of cards that get us if I block, so I kind of don't want to. But it's a bit of a tricky situation. Like if I double block and they just subtle strike, it doesn't do it. All right, well, we're absolutely blocking now. So just block like that. I'd like to just lull Mage's Familiar their Skitter Sneak, but unfortunately it just makes it a 3/4 for us. But at this point, I just need to get bodies off of their side. So they did have the Subtle Strike. It turned out to not really matter too much, especially if I rip a blue here. I didn't rip the blue, however. Which probably means I just go Familiar Sentinel. And do I want to play the Symbiosis? I mean, I need a third blue, so probably not. I guess I have the third blue, huh? Yeah. All right. I don't love that block. If they have another Subtle Strike... Just block like, If it's just a Subtle Strike, it's good. If it's an actual removal spell, we could lose all three of our guys. Alright, I guess we'll do this. If they have an actual removal spell, I think they get us pretty good. I guess they still kind of get a 2-for-1 out of this. This plays around Subtle Strike, but kind of gives them a free 2-for-1. Might not have been the best move, in hindsight. I kind of just want my Familiar to live, though, so I can steal their Skitter Sneak. Because I can't steal their Skitter Sneak without the third blue. The only reason this block is bad is because they did actually have the Subtle Strike, so somehow it turned out to be the right block, which is surprising because it easily could have not worked out if they had like a Deadly Alliance instead or something. Hmm. All right. Kind of want to just steal Xerath Sand, but I guess we'll kill it. Sure. Oh, those have been good draws. Although they're not blue mana, so maybe they wouldn't have been that good. I suppose we can just go Diviner and kill your Sky Dancer then. I mean, we do die to a 6th mana and a Zoth consumption, I guess. Something to worry about. So we're playing against rogues. Relic Amulet did work. They have a ton of X1s in there. They have Xerath Sand, though, which is a big deal. Xerath Sand's really good. Could do the Glacial Grasp. It doesn't really work against Xerath Sand, though. And I guess, like, can they just cheat? How does Xerath Sand work? You can just put it onto the battlefield, so it's unblockable, too. Or uncounterable. Yeah, you can't counter it. With Dry Disruption, you can't tap it because it comes in tapped and attacking. That is good. I mean, I don't know. What else? They have multiple Subtle Strikes. We don't have many X1s, though, so it's not too big of a deal. Something we can think about. I guess we just run it back. I don't really see anything that's going to be great against them that we don't already have, like the Relic Amulet. Yeah, it's a good keep. We need another blue mana, but this end is fine. And we probably just play the Symbiosis. As our first tap land. I guess that makes sense. Maybe. We're on the draw, so we'll see. I just feel like we can always get this back later. And recovery seems a bit more... I mean, I guess I can hold off on both. All right. Next turn, I can choose whether I want to... And I can always play it on tap, too. That's true. I mean, it costs me life, which I don't particularly have, but... So, yeah, let's play this tapped. And then next turn we can go Wizard into Roost, which is pretty good. I see a Nirvana Sky Dancer in my future here. Oh, I kind of wanted those lands, but not a huge deal. I think we'll just take it. I think Windrider Wizard's more valuable to us anyway as a looter. Alright, so we'll do the Roost here. And now we can at least block the Sky Dancer, and if they want to use Subtle Strike, it's okay. We can play a Gnarlid Colony next turn. Get another one. We're a blue away from Lull Mage's domination, which is good. Balagad Recovery doesn't look bad either. So we'll let them Subtle Strike. That's not a huge deal. They kill a token, eat up half their mana base, end up getting a 3/2. We take 3. We're still in good shape. Cleric of Chill Depths is totally irrelevant. So, I think we do the Gnarlid Colony this turn. It just makes sense to me. So they maybe have another Subtle Strike? If they do, they could save both of their guys. So, for that reason, it might be wiser to just block like this. Or we could double block the Skitter Sneak too. Take less damage. I mean, it kind of seems like a Subtle Strike. Alright, I think we'll double block here. They didn't show us hard removal in game 1. I feel like I'd prefer to take out the Skitter Sneak just because it has more toughness. Yeah, that works fine. Oh, Cleric of Chill Depths. Don't care about that. So let's just go Vine Gecko, Lull Mage's Familiar. Yeah, that seems good to me. And maybe the Recovery, yeah, it's fine. Probably don't need it. So we take another hit in the air here. But then we can steal their Sky Dancer. And at that point, they're in pretty precarious position. Skitter Sneak, sure. So let's just steal your Sky Dancer. Guess we can loot, ditch the land. All right, looks like we ended up getting there. Which is pretty cool. So we ended up going 3-0 with this deck. Haven't played Kicker in a while. We had a pretty awesome build though. We had like all the good tools for it. We had triple Lull Mage's Familiar. We had the Vine Gecko. We had the Roost of Drakes. We had the Merfolk Falconer. Like, we legitimately did have every single Kicker synergy card. And it was all based on a first pick Lull Mage's Familiar. So it did actually work out. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. We will see you for the next one.